Nawhanua theology. Tell us about some of the big issues that you address in this book.
It's the relationship that we have in the church of men and women. Women have always played the second role in everything. If you see the church in Samoa today, there's always men leading, ministers, decision making, eldership, the whole institution. There's women do not have a voice in that. Well, I hear people saying that, oh yes, but it's really women who influence the decision of their husbands. Well, yeah, there's a point there, but my point is that they should really be sitting with men in making decisions for the whole community.
How hard has it been for you as a woman minister in your career?
Very, very hard, but my faith in God has really encouraged me to go on and move on. I talk to God a lot in my journey, like when I am struck with criticisms, very bad criticisms, and how I dealt with that is the most important thing. Sometimes I'm quiet, sometimes I'm rebelled, and sometimes I argue a lot, and sometimes
That's Marie.
I get into a lot of conflict with people, but my life is a conflict already when I chose this path, you know.
You had a look at the Samoan traditional stories and said, if we go back to our own stories and what we say about women, we should be leading women in leadership.
Nawhanua's story is a very powerful story because this was a woman whose mother buried the blood clot. The blood clot was buried in the earth. And one day she went back to where she buried the blood clot, and there was this young, beautiful woman. And she said, oh, well, this is the blood clot that I buried, who is now. So she took her and took care of her, looked after her. And the story went that she became a warrior and she saved her people from the war that men couldn't do. So I said to myself, if this woman could do it, why couldn't I do it? So, you know, it's a very powerful story. If our young women get to find these little stories, it will empower themselves in any area of life.
Especially for a lot of, New Zealand raised or Pasifika Christians, we look at our, traditional stories and wonder if we're turning our back on those stories if we go the way of the church. But you're saying they both sit together.
They should go back and read those stories just like the way the Hebrew read their history. We all have come from the land. We all have come from an island. Their parents came from there. And for someone to tell me that my grandparents or my great-grandparents were heathens, I will not take that because God loved, they had their own spirituality in their own way. And for us to say that is for us to say that we do not have a part and a connection to that world that our parents used to live in.
And in doing so, in the same way, our women, we need to look back at those stories of Nawhanua, those strong stories, Salamasina
Yes.
and such, and say, why aren't we also leaders in the church as well?
This is our right. Our right is to own those stories as our stories, and then it will empower us to move on and ask questions. Ask the hard questions and not be afraid of asking those questions for your own self.
Why do you think the leaders of the church know those stories of our culture but aren't putting them in place in the church and saying, women, come up and join us as well?
I think our men are very happy, with whatever they're getting right now. They think that they're already living a good life, and if they are living a good life, then their wives must be living a good life too. But wives right now feel that they are in the right place within our community and within the church. But my own encouragement is for them to look beyond where they are and ask. If they are not happy, say that you are not happy and not say, oh, well, we are all here because this is where we should be.
You're wanting to see more women in leadership. What about for other genders, our rainbow community? Do you see a place for them as well?
Look, it goes for everyone. It goes for everyone. This message is not just for women, but I'm using women here because it's very, very obvious in our community right now. Jesus has come for all of us. We are human, and as long as you're human, we're all in the same boat. I just want the young people to stand tall for who they are. And there is a good thing in our stories, and when you read the story of Nafanua, think also of your story and what you're going to leave behind when you finish this world. And be encouraged. Do not be discouraged by the obstacles that come your way, because sometimes they are opportunities for you to learn more about yourself.